Okay, thank you all for coming. Head coach Sean Lewis will start us off here with an opening statement.
Yeah, first and foremost, I thought the kids did a great job yesterday, really owning the tape on Own It Sunday, and it starts with myself, the rest of the staff. We need to do a much better job through the week of preparation, making sure that our kids are prepared and ready for the opportunity and respecting the opportunity that's in front of us. And again, that starts with me. I take full ownership for the team not being prepared to play and the slow start that we got off to. And have not been more convicted or of my convictions to be the head coach here and to make sure that that doesn't happen again, that our kids are prepared, ready to roll, and we have a great opportunity here at home. Looking forward to getting back home for homecoming and celebrating the celebration here on campus at a packed Dick Stadium against a really, really good quality opponent in Ohio and Coach Solich and his Bobcats.
What specifically did you see on tape in the early going that kind of went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, just some technique breakdowns, some fundamental breakdowns, some things that we need to make sure that we got cleaned up throughout the course of the week, that we had some busts on earlier in the week as far as recognizing some sets, some formations, and then offensively the self-inflicted wounds on special teams, handling our personnel, handling the shifts and the motions. So again, it's the controllables. Whenever you have 17 penalties, you have 3 turnovers, those are things that we could pull from throughout the course of the week, that happened. And then that practice repetition, as we always say, becomes the game reality. So we have to do a much better job through our preparation and making sure that we're locked in, that we're focused, that we're respecting the game and respecting every single opportunity, because again, like we've talked about before, that if you don't do that, if you don't have the utmost respect for the opportunity that you have, the football gods will humble you in a hurry, as they did on Saturday for us.
You kind of mentioned it with the 17 turnovers.
17 penalties?
Yeah. 17 not turnovers. A few of them were RPO related with ineligible receivers downfield.
Mm-hmm.
What's the approach to kind of cut down on that next week?
Nothing. I mean, we're not going to change in what we do. I mean, that's a good combination of us getting great movement at the point of attack, and that's who we are, and it's what we're about. So I'm not going to put too many stock into those. And those, again, to me, those are aggressive penalties. So I'm not concerned about those. There's a certain temperament that we want to play the game with, and who we are, and things that we're willing to accept. And those are things that we're willing to accept. The coming out of a timeout with too many men on the field, not having enough guys on the field, those sorts of things are the things that we need to clean up, obviously. And those are complete controllables that we can and we will do a much better job with, so that we get out of our own way so that we can win.
You mentioned a couple weeks ago the penalty thing and how you were going to look. You looked at that and made some changes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, whatever you did, it's still a problem.
Yep. Well, 2 weeks ago it was great, right? I mean, 2 weeks ago what we did and the changes that we made, implemented, we were down to 7, right? So now we come back and we're up to 17. So again, that's the daily habits drive the results, and not the other way around. So I'm not going to overreact. We let that thing go for 3 weeks, and we made a decision because the plan that we have is sound and strong and it's proven. And we tinkered it a little bit going into week 4. The adjustment that we made worked and went down to 7. Again, I think it's more of a lack of attention to detail, more of a lack of focus than it is anything else, than wholesale changes that need to be made. And again, that starts with myself, and it starts with the coaches, and then that'll carry on through to the players. So the little things that maybe a kid was getting away with, just the simple fact of, hey, being a few minutes late for study table, a few minutes late for class, not having 3 straps strapped up on the practice field when he steps in between the white line, not jogging off the field. I told the team yesterday that they thought I was crazy about details before. Wait till they see what this week's going to be like and what it's going to be like in the future, because those are the things that are going to carry you all the way through. So it's not going to be wholesale changes, and it's not going to be, we have to hit the panic button by any sense of the imagination. It's a matter of creating the habits that drive our daily behavior, and that's what everyone likes to call the culture, right? Building the culture and all that good stuff. To me, it's having the great habits each and every single day, so that you're making the necessary decisions and the necessary changes with the self-discipline that you have to have, knowing that at the end of the day, that's what's right. And when we are fully committed to that, which I am to this team, then we'll be fine and everything will take care of itself.
Woody looked more comfortable throwing the ball than any other game that I've watched, at least. Can you kind of comment on just his?
Yeah, I think that kind of comes to the growth and the relationship that him and I are having. I think it's one of the most important relationships in all of sports, that the play caller and the quarterback relationship, to where you have to know what your kid's comfortable with. You have to know what's going to settle him into the game. So we've made a conscientious effort early on in the game to settle him in, so that he has confidence, so that he can operate in rhythm, and thought we did a decent job with that. And it's because of the way that he's been able to prepare and the hunger that he has to continue to get better throughout the course of the week. So again, there's the positives and the negatives of where we're careless with the ball at practice too much for my liking, and that shows up on game day. But kids are making strides in their techniques, their fundamentals, their understanding of the concept, so that they're seeing pictures. And now, as the number of reps that they've gotten within the offense, not just Woody but everyone, right? They're cleaner, and they know what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it, and when they're confident in how they need to go about their job, they're able to execute at a higher clip and a more efficient rate, which he did. And all that being said, and again, Woody will be the first to tell you that he's not satisfied nor anywhere close just because he had a 300-yard passing day and had 30 completions and was 68%. Those are good numbers, but by our standards and our expectations, we expect more. And he knows that there was some production that he left out on the field, and he's hungry to chase and play that perfect game, and we'll continue to grow and evolve because of that.
Defensively, I think based on the competition, you guys, hung in pretty well the first four. Now, obviously, this one was a tough one.
Yep.
And you're not coaching. I mean, same kind of question is moving forward. Obviously, adjustments need to be made. No panic or anything like that. Just kind of sticking with what you do.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's not going to be any wholesale changes. I believe that we have the best coaching staff in America, and that's why I assembled them here at this fine university and at this program. I believe that we have the best concepts to match our personnel on special teams, on defense, on offense, across the board. I thought our defensive line did a tremendous job playing the run, and that's where it starts first and foremost for us. Like I've said numerous times, that we need to be able to stop the run, and everything comes off of that. And there's plays when you go back and you watch that tape where we don't even need anyone else on the field besides our three defensive linemen and our outside linebackers, and they're doing a heck of a job stuffing the run. Again, it's just a matter of having consistency with the back end doing their job, and again, that starts with myself and top down, making sure that we are approaching each and every single opponent that we play with the utmost respect, and that they have a level of focus and attention to detail to their craft, that regardless of where we're playing, in front of how many people, regardless of who the opponent is, that we control our own destiny, and the manner in which we go about our work will dictate the results that we want and the outcome that we earn. Because at this point in time, and just like life, no one deserves anything. And for us to think that we were going to go into that setting just because we played tight and we played well against some Power 5 people and some big-time venues, against some talented foes, that didn't guarantee anything last Saturday. And again, if you take something lightly, any opportunity, you take a job interview lightly and you don't dress the part, by first impressions alone, you're not going to get the job because you don't present yourself in the manner in which you ought to for that position. No different than if you don't take an opponent seriously, if you don't take the setting and the stage seriously, then anyone on any given day, especially in this league, can have the type of day that Ball State did passing against us. But I love our kids, and again, I love our coaches, and I believe in them wholeheartedly, and I know that we'll be better this Saturday because of the way that we approached yesterday and the work that we're going to put in this week.
OU hasn't scored less than 30 points in a game this season. What is the approach specifically heading into this week?
Again, I mean, for them, it starts with, first and foremost, their running attack, and they get at you in a lot of different ways because they're a physical unit up front. Their running back's a really good player, redshirt senior who's been around, played a lot of ball. I mean, I was amazed when I saw his name still on the roster from the time of BG. It feels like he's been there forever, And again, their quarterback is a dual-threat kid. I mean, he rushed for, I believe, over 180 yards last week and was averaging something like 11 yards a carry last week, but then still has the ability and is more than efficient at throwing the ball deep. So they're able to get at you with a lot of different ways with their run game, and then off of that, they're able to set up a lot of their play action passes. And then they do a good job utilizing and spreading the field and having their personnel in the right spot. So, Coach Solich, his staff, obviously, he's one of the best in our coaching professions and has been in a lot of battles and seen a lot of different pictures. And he's going to make sure his kids are prepared and they go about their business the right way. I mean, when they make a big play in any phase, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, their kids are celebrating with one another. Their sideline is full of life, and they love to play the game of football, which, you got to love and you got to appreciate as an opponent that's coming in because the test that you have is going to be a worthwhile one, which is a great endeavor to embark upon.
How much does it help? I mean, not only playing OU, playing the homecoming game. I mean, it probably kind of makes it a little easier to forget about last week based on what you got coming up.
Yeah, you know, and again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you know, we learned from last week. We had our 24 hours. We took away from it, and now it's on to the next opportunity in the next moment. So, you know, it's great to be back home. You know, we don't have to worry about a plane delay. We don't have to worry about any sort of travel, anything like that. And it's great to be back home in front of our fans. I'm excited for our kids to get back in front of our fans back home. I know that there's a great amount of buzz on campus this weekend, and that a lot of the hotel rooms are booked. And I'm excited to have our kids get back out and protect our home turf, which is really, really important to us.
How'd you come out of the game health-wise?
A few injuries. Isaac Vance, he ended up fracturing a bone in his hand, but the kid's a trooper and fought through and will continue to fight through. And then Sebastian Spears has a knee injury that we're getting evaluated today to kind of know what the severity of that is. Other than that, it's a lot of just nicks and bruises and things like that. They're typical, you know, week 6 of the season stuff that you're going to endure. So we better be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Is there any thoughts at this point of redshirting Derek, or is that still?
It's still up in the air. You know, again, it's such a specialized skill for him that it's a wait-and-see approach and ongoing conversations between, you know, him and I and his family and everything like that.
You mentioned the defensive line. Can you talk about Khalil Morris? Not only put up big numbers, but seemed to be showing a lot of excitement and energy out on the field.
Yeah, you know, I mean, again, that shows to his preparation throughout the course of the year and what he did, embracing the new role, embracing the change, and how it fits him. And again, why I think we have the best scheme that there is for our kids. And he is thriving in that new role and doing a great job applying his techniques and fundamentals. You can see the individual drills that they do on a daily basis, the way that they show up on game day, and when they're executed properly with his skill set. You know, he's a force to be reckoned with inside, and we're very, very grateful to have him.
Anything else?
Cool. Thanks, guys.